In this tutorial, I will show you how to place effects with precision timing by splitting cells, and how to use the various paste options correctly. Let's say you have a sequence and you want to paste a chase into this particular cell here. How do you do it? Well, you have a couple of options. First, you could use the time tool and place at least 16 individual lines to make your 16 cells, but that would be time consuming and inaccurate at best. There's an easier way. We're going to use the Y tool. I'm going to right click and choose Split Cells. We're going to split our cells into 16 equally newly spaced events. And you notice behind me here, that's exactly what has happened. Now you can make your chase exact, or you can do your paste. Now we have a couple more splitting cell options. In this here, you can choose a specific time. If you knew exactly how long it was going to be for, let's say every 150 milliseconds, you could choose that, and it would place the beats exactly as you see there. Now, there's another option. You can highlight more than one cell, and you can split the cells by dividing each individual cell a number of times. Let's do each one 4 times. You notice the first cell split itself into 4, and the next cell split itself into 4 as well. But there's yet another option, and this one is actually one of the most fun ones. Unfortunately, most people tend to ignore it because they don't know what it is, but that's to divide logarithmically. I'm going to change my divisions to, let's go here, maybe 15. I'll leave my log base at 10 for now, but I will change my style. We have several to choose from: forward, reverse, convex, and concave. I'm going to go with reverse and hit done. It created the lines in reverse, and you notice what happened was it starts off very small and ends up going very large. You can create some really cool effects this way, so it's a shame that a lot of people miss out on this option. Okay, let's take a look at our paste now. Let's go ahead and scroll over here where I've got a set of chase already ready to go for us. And let's say we want to paste this chase to our next controller. Well, I'm going to highlight the whole area with the Y tool, right click and use Copy Selection. In the next spot, I'm going to hit Paste Selection. We're going to use the timeline events that are already on the grid. And when I hit Continue, you'll see that it pasted exactly in place. There's a couple more options here. Let's say we want to preserve the original timing. That means we want the effect to look just as you see it here, but the timeline events aren't exactly on the right spot. We'll use the second one here. This will create the new timeline events on the grid as needed, but it will leave the original timeline events in place. So any effects you have already programmed will be untouched. And there you go. Now let's say we want to put it in this exact spot right here, this cell right here. Well, we can do that too with our third selection. This will stretch and shrink it to fit the size of the highlighted selection area. Obviously, the effect will be elongated here, as you can see the timeline's doing. And there it is. We can do that one more time, and let's do this one, and we're going to shrink it this time. You'll notice here the timeline events are very close together, and when it's finished pasting, the effect will also be really small as well. Now we have a couple more things we can do. Let's say we want to paste this effect into each individual cell we have selected. Let's say these 3 here. Well, we would do that using the final one. This will paste a copy in each individual column by using the stretch and shrink option. So when I hit Continue, the first column will create its timelines, and it will then place the effect within the 2 timelines. The next one will create its timelines, and then it will place that effect there, and finally it will do it again for the third one. Now there's one more thing I want to show you here. I already have taken the liberty making a couple of effects here, but I want to paste this chase here without losing as much of this as possible. Is that possible? Yeah, actually it is. We're going to go to Paste Selection. I'm going to use the timeline events that are already on the grid, but I'm going to go down to my paste style. Instead of using the traditional, which we have been using, I'm going to choose Replace Only. Now this is still in the experimental phase, so your results may vary from mine. Let's see what happens when I hit Continue. You'll notice what happened here is that a new effect took the place of the original timing, but the original timing that was not having an effect in it, that still exists here. So that's kind of a cool thing you can do to keep programming to your effects. Well, that about does it for this tutorial, but stay tuned for more to come.